Women are in panic mode as men walk away.
I don't want to be rude, but if the guy didn't pay for our date, there wouldn't be another one.
There wouldn't be another one.
I'm traditional
Agreed.
like that. I would offer to be nice.
But if a guy were to have taken you up on the token offer, let's say,
I would pay, but then it would be no second date.
see, I got to challenge you a little bit on this here. So,
Okay.
Women often complain that men are poor communicators, but I feel like men are very literal, logical thinkers. So, like, when I think of that, if a girl offers to pay, and then say a guy in good faith takes up that offer, and then you disqualify him because of the words that came out of your mouth, wouldn't that quite literally be poor communication?
Women are in panic mode as men walk away. Guys, after reviewing a lot of this footage, I found that women are basically now in full-on panic mode because men are now distancing themselves from relationships, and women do not know how to deal with this. Watch it in the video to fully understand why women are in full-on panic mode and how this is going to affect women and relationships going forward. And of course, guys, don't forget to protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. And now let's just go ahead and jump into the very first video.
You see, the men are different.
They're
The men are
nicer,
much more respectful.
no, because like before you could like you be dancing and then after a while you gotta turn back like who the heck is this? No, I could be pushing back like he gonna come, right? Like I here doing the most work.
Sir, grab
Like,
this wine.
When
No, but
he
it's
teeth in the wine, they ain't come
But
in
it's
for
scary,
wine no more. Like they
But
stand up
even the whole
watching.
touching thing, because I always used to have an SVD and it used to make me so annoyed when you pass people, they gotta touch you.
Yeah, that
especially
too.
the men. Now,
Nobody
They
hands
don't
up,
even
girl.
come at all. I was
Nah.
surprised when somebody
Yeah.
come behind me.
honestly,
It was
They
very
get shy.
shocking.
I'm kind of confused. That you guys sound like you're upset. You don't get.
no, because
rushed
now
anymore.
look. When we used to get touched, it was annoying.
You
but
wanted to get bum
no,
rushed.
but you
don't
go
want to get bum
into
rushed.
the complete opposite side. You need a balance. Don't
Yeah.
touch me up disrespectfully.
Right,
But pull
right.
up on me.
Pull up,
Pull
you
up
could have been
side, just walk.
Guys, do you see this? So basically, the same women who said, men, do not touch us, do not come up on us, it's disrespectful, we don't like it, we'll put you in jail, we'll Me Too you, are now the same women who are saying, guys, why aren't you touching us anymore? Why aren't you pulling up on us anymore? Guys, this is crazy stuff. There's another video I saw recently where a woman told a guy, like, fine, I'll go back to your place. I'll spend the night at your place, but we are not going to hook up. So she went back to his place. They lay down. She was in the bed, and he cuddled with her all night, and he never made a move. And she was pissed off about it. And she admits in her video that she is the problem. Like, guys, this is the reality why men are completely avoiding relationships with women in Western society. And you've got giant YouTubers like Meat Canyon or Papa Meat who are attacking men for going overseas and walking away from Western society, calling these men INCELs because they don't want to date in this climate anymore. It's unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable what's going on here.
Baby, so I got a question for y'all. You know how y'all try to get out of taking women on dates and stuff, and that 50-50 thing, and that I don't really want to spend no money on somebody until I check their vibe out. Tell me, for all of you men that say things like that, or that have daughters, tell me what you would tell your daughter when she's of dating age. Would you tell her to accept that, or what? Like, let me know. Do you tell your daughter, hey, ain't no man gonna take you out on a date. You better be glad that he wants to chill at your house before anything. I just can't imagine that you're sitting there telling your little princess to deal with the bullshit that y'all try to put us through.
So basically, men are now telling women, there's no money before honey. In other words, you're going to have to show us value. You're going to have to provide something to the relationship before we even think about spending a dime on you. Okay? And if you want to go out, if you want to go out to eat, you're going to have to pick up our bill, or at best we're going 50-50. This is the reality. And now you have women who are jumping in and trying to shame men because men are like, we're not going to cover the cost anymore. You have to bring value to the relationship. and they're like, oh, would you tell your little girl, your little princess? That is not my little princess. That she is the property of the state. All right. You don't own your children. Okay. You do not own your children. The state owns your children. And that's something that more and more men are realizing. And women are autonomous beings, so they can do whatever the hell they want to do. So when she is an adult, I cannot tell her what to do because she will always do what she wants to do. All right. If she wants to go on a date with a man, she should not expect him to pay for the bill. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Oh, you would want your daughter treated that way? If she goes out on a date with a man, she needs to have money in her pocket to be able to cover her part of the bill or even cover his. If that, because we do not live in a traditional society anymore. If she is not a traditional woman, then she should not expect a traditional man.
Ladies, I hate to say it, but I have to say it because I am sick of this and I'm speaking to myself. Why do we never give the nice guy the chance? Like, why do we look at the nice guy like the ones who's just annoying and just thirsty and they're always available and not attractive to us? And meanwhile, we're complaining that we're getting dogged out, that we're dealing with manipulative, narcissistic men who can't treat a woman right. Not even men, little boys who don't know how to treat a woman right, who just fumble us all the time. Like, we complain that we get treated like that, but 9 times out of 10, we overlooked the nice guy to deal with this man. Boy. Like, I don't get it. Why do we do that?
It's quite simple. She knows exactly why they do it. They do it because they're not attracted to nice guys. They're not attracted to stable guys until they need a stable relationship. They're attracted to broke boys who are for the streets because those guys are exciting. Those guys give them both emotional highs and emotional lows. All right. Those guys are exciting. Those guys are in the streets. Those guys are, someone they can go and hang out with. And basically these guys spend most of their time just messing around in life. So, for example, they're like broke. There's a woman who left a comment on one of my videos saying that broke D, broke or physical intimacy with a broke boy is the best is the best physical intimacy. Here's the thing about this: these broke boys, what do? They spend most of their time sleeping around, being lazy, messing around in life. So all they know how to do is have fun, right? They spend their lives just having fun. They spend their lives just lazying around. Maybe they go to the gym. That's it. Although it doesn't really matter because these guys, they don't have money, but they know how to stimulate a woman's emotions because that's all they do. So, of course, if you spend all your time laying pipe versus going to medical school or training to be an electrician or learning how to be an actuary or a or just or it doesn't have to be even like these advanced careers, just working hard in general, cleaning poop, running a company where you lease out porta potties, whatever your hustle is. You spend all of your time learning and working and building yourself up. You don't have time to be out there in the streets. You don't have time to be out there chatting up women every single day like this. It's of course it's going to come natural to you when that's all you do. So these are the men that live off women. These men live off women, and women are like, oh, we love these guys. Yeah, because they're low value men compared to the average man. You can't have it all. You really can't have it all. Most men cannot cannot do both. All right. You cannot be a man of value and then also have these characteristics like these dudes who just basically spend all their time walking around courting women. It just does not work out.
Man's good looking, and then I look at him and then he doesn't approach me. Like, did you not see me just look right at you? Like, that was your sign. Like, that was me shooting my shot. Like, I looked right at you. Like, I looked away pretty quickly. Like, it was kind of one of these, but like, that was your sign.
I mean, guys, look at how they're behaving. Look at what they're saying. That was your sign. That was your sign. A lot of men today are not interested. They're not going to walk up to women anymore because they don't know if you're dealing with someone who's extremely rancid. Just because a woman may look attractive on the outside doesn't mean that she's beautiful on the inside. You don't know what you're dealing with. And in a modern day society, women have made it very clear that, just because they smile at you doesn't mean they actually want you. The reality is that a lot of women, they'll do the whole "I'll smile at you" thing or look at you hard because they want you to approach them. But then, when you do approach them and you open your mouth, if you say something they don't like, they'll immediately lose attraction to you and then turn around and go online and say, just because a woman smiles at you doesn't mean she wants to speak to you, because they want to mask their insecurity and plausible deniability for the fact that they tried to bring you over and then decided that they didn't want you anymore. It's the same thing that happens with physical intimacy, where they're able to retroactively withdraw consent. So, for example, a woman consented when you were physically intimate with her, but then after that physical intimacy occurs, she can retroactively withdraw consent and say that she never consented anymore. That's how women operate, and men are aware of this. So men are listening. Women put out videos: never approach a woman that you do not know. Okay, so men don't approach them anymore. Or women say, don't approach a woman in places like bookstores. Don't approach women in places and these various other kinds of places. It's not so. We're not saying you should never approach, but do not do it in these places. So you mean in public places where you're most likely to run into a woman outside of a bar? Yes. Okay. So we're just gonna stay home, play PlayStation, and chill. No, you're an INCL. You're an INC. Guys, this is why men are going overseas and walking away. We live in a society where they absolutely hate us. The agents of the state, they're basically out for us because we're aware of what's happening. We're aware of the games that are being played, and we're no longer tolerating it. And this is only going to leave more women alone, single, childless. I mean, come 20, 30, 45% of women will be childless and single. All right. And when you factor in the women that are going to have children that will also be single, the single moms, you're looking at essentially an epidemic of single women who are going to be looking to the government, the state, to subsidize their living. And it's not going to be enough because the government can't even keep up with its social security payments. And you think that it's going to keep up with the standard of living for women? Come on.
Is that when women are complaining about men, they're usually complaining about the things that men have done to them. But when men are complaining about women, they're usually complaining about the things that women haven't done for them. The difference is male entitlement is much more dangerous than female entitlement. Women lose their lives every day for saying no, but go off about how misandry is just perpetrating the cycle of oppression. Y'all are so silly.
You see that, guys? These are women who do not like us. They absolutely hate us. This is why men have to wake up, and they're gaslighting us one day after another after another. That's why men are staying away. Guys, you know what? You have the INCLs, which are men who say that women do not want to have relations with them. And then you have the femcels who basically outright say that they hate men. And that's what they say. They hate men and they don't want men to approach them, to speak to them, to have relationships with them. So it's a completely different polar opposite sphere. And none of this is called dangerous to men. In the UK right now, men or boys who are simply suspected of being vulnerable to extreme misogyny, they will, in other words, being converted to the belief system of misogyny, will be reported by their teachers or any other public people in a public space. Anyone can report them, and the terrorism department, the department that handles terrorism in the UK, will immediately go and apprehend these people and suspend their human rights. Like, this is the reality that we're now living in. This is only going to result in more men walking away. And then you can see women are in panic mode as men are walking away, but they don't want to admit to it. Women were never designed to live without a family, to live without a husband. And this is a reality they're going to enter in now. And I'm going to tell you, as it happens, these women are only going to gaslight men more and also double down on their misandry towards men, trying to use it because they don't know anything else in Western society. Women in Western society, the only thing that they know, the only system that they know of getting what they want from men is using gaslighting and misandry. And they don't know how to catch a bee with honey because they view men as less than as lower than cockroaches. So it's only going to push more men further away. More men will continue to walk away. Men walking away, just to be clear, are men who are not men who are choosing not to date or marry. Men walking away are just men with alternatives, and they're basically some of these guys choose to become passport bros, passport kings, go overseas, find someone overseas, or they look at their best options. Some guys choose to step out of the game for a while, and if they decide that they want to step back in, they do. And then some guys become and then you also have guys, because some MGTOWs are also MWAs, but not all MWAs are MGTOWs. So, and then you also have the MGTOWs who basically say they don't want to date, they don't want to have any relationships, and they want to also opt out of society, and they walk away from relationships and society. And that's what women are pushing men towards right now. They're pushing men towards MWA, and they're pushing men towards MGTOW, which is basically where these guys say they don't want to have anything to do with relationships, and they don't want to have anything to do with society. and they're gone. And by the way, guys, if you enjoyed the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my guide, the Digital Nomad Blueprint. Click the link in the description to get your free copy, and also subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses, and also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. And guys, do not forget, this is important, protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Women are in panic mode as men walk away. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away. And cheers.